What's up, y'all? We here. Happy Tuesday evening and all that. I know lately we've been kind of late in the afternoons. I probably would have tried to do this particular stream around like maybe 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that. Here we are, 6:40. I had to push it back. I've been pushing it back, waiting for some work that's getting done in the crib because of all the noise in the background. And you might hear it even more again. Like if it starts to happen, y'all will be like, yep, that's what ARP was talking about. That's why I'm starting this intro like this, because it's a disclaimer. Okay. But I knew that if I just kept waiting, I probably wouldn't even get a damn stream in today. So I told y'all a couple streams back, my contractor's been doing some upgraded work on a crib lately. Today, what's getting done is I'm getting all the stairs painted and restained, but you got to sand them. So that's all the background noise. They've been sanding down the previous stain on these stairs all damn. It's like it's been a productive day. I ain't bitching. I had my yard situation taken care of like 9 o'clock in the morning. The leak detection people showed up. And then after that, about 2 hours later, my irrigation people showed up and they pretty much needed to identify where the leak was. That was the leak detection company. Then once it was identified, chop up the floor, dig in there, find the irrigation pipes underneath the ground and cap it off and refix this and all that. Then I had to bounce for a business meeting like around 12 o'clock ish. Made it back for my contractors to start working on these stairs. So it's been a productive day. I ain't bitching. But once again, that's my disclaimer. If y'all start to hear noise in the background again, I cut the stream on because I looked at the stairs. It looks like they're pretty much all sanded, but they find like these little spots here and there on the sides and the edges, and the fucking sandblaster comes back out again. So it is what it is. But let's work. All right. We got a bunch of news topics to jump through today. You see the title, rapper 2KBABY exposed for doing Doordash. Here is his response. We're going to check out his response, and you're definitely going to get my response. I wonder if some of y'all are thrown off by the thumbnail, though. My reaction in the thumbnail. There's a reason for me smiling or looking like I'm laughing in the thumbnail, okay? We'll get there when we get there. But for some of y'all that don't know who 2KBABY is, I didn't follow him too tough like that. I think he's been on the scene, it feels like 6, 7, 8 years. You know, I've seen him come and go here and there. Never really followed him, but I do remember that one big hit that he had. And that's when I saw his name hit the headlines today. I was just like, well, I know who that guy is. You know what I'm saying? Let me check out what's going on. So I looked into it a little bit. But for those that didn't know him, I figured that we'd pull some of his background up just to bring everybody up to speed before we look at the DoorDash video, we look at the reaction, and we see his response. So this is him.
After making millions from his one-hit Old Streets, 2KBABY would get too comfortable and spend it all in 5 years. A group of fans that recognized him would catch him doing DoorDash deliveries, and the video went viral. This was 2K's response to people laughing at him.
Shit, I'm gonna keep it a bean like 100. Like, nigga gonna do what he gotta do. Motherfuckers ain't really streaming the music right now how I would like them to be. I mean, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm gonna go get it by any means. I ain't got no shame. I ain't got no pride problems. I don't think I'm too good for this or none of that.
Respect to 2KBABY for at least trying to bounce back instead of having a big ego. What do y'all think? After making millions from his...
Okay. The only thing I really don't know about with this fucking video that we just played, it said making millions after his smash hit. I'm not counting nobody's pockets, but I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he had a big single or a big song on the internet, got a lot of views, but it's just not that easy to just turn that over into millions and millions and millions of dollars. Just, you know what I mean? Like, let's slow down a little bit with the narration. But that song, this was it again. And look at some of the views behind it. Now, this is the World Star channel. This was it right here. 2KBABY Old Streets. 62 million views 6 years ago. This song took off. It went. All right. And he's got his own channel, too, that I pulled up just to keep looking at some of the background. And I want to see what he was doing recently as well. But when I go to his own channel, here it is again right here. 2KBABY Old Streets official audio. Hits 509K, so 500,000 views there. Where's the video? Here goes the actual video right next to it at 4.5 million views 6 years ago. So you see a combination between what happened on his channel, all the clips, other channels, other coverage, other reactors at the time, World Star, any other big platforms. I wouldn't be surprised if he had 100 million views on him at this time. Okay, and I think it got him a record deal. As I scroll up through here, though, you look around that time frame after this one drops, You see 472,000 views on this video right after that. You see another one that hit 2.5 million. This one right next to it, almost 1 million views. This one right here, almost 2 million views. So this whole time period here, around 6 to 5 years ago, he's got a lot of eyes on him. All right, 5 years after that, or 5 years from today, going back 2.6 million. And you see it starts to taper down. It definitely starts to taper down. 5 years. Once we start getting into 4 years and 3 years ago, I really see 100 grand here, 100 grand there. Actually, he had a little outlier right here. 4 years ago, 2 million. Oh, it's got DDG in it as well. Okay. But you definitely see it taper off. Once you start talking about coming down to the tens of thousands, 72,000 views, 32,000 views, and then all the way to today. You know, I don't need to analyze the whole channel with y'all. But even his reaction video he put up on his own channel, 1.6 thousand views. The internet is putting up maybe millions of views on this whole DoorDash situation for him. On his own channel, though, he's only able to get 1,000.6 views on his own situation. You know, next to that, 17,000 views. This one right here, 9.2. So his following isn't still there today. And that's what people try to find the alternatives, right? So the video of him getting exposed doing DoorDash, this was it. And, you know, it's got a couple people recording him up in the spot as he's picking up his order, laughing at him, clowning him, following him around and all that, trolling him.
This motherfucking 2KBABY in this bitch. Hold on, bro. Damn. This motherfucking 2K, nigga. Hey, bro. You 2KBABY, ain't it?
Yeah, man.
You be rapping that shit, huh?
Yeah.
But y'all had Doordash and that shit, bro. Nigga Doordash, bro. Damn, y'all had done fell off and shit, man. Hey, what song you used to sing, though?
You know my song, bro. Why you doing that?
Hey, what song you used to sing, bro?
Old Streets.
Old Streets. Damn, bro, we can't get no picture, man.
Yeah. Get a picture. Hold on, man.
Hey, man, let's get a picture right quick, though, man.
Yeah, but you mind business, bro.
I don't know, fell off, man. Oh, God, your ass fell off, twin. Twin ass driving a fucking Hyundai, man. What the fuck?
Bro, you ain't driving shit, though.
Man, my shit over there, bro. I got an Infinity truck. Man, they got an Infinity truck, man. Man, what, nigga? Your ass went back to the car, what? Your ass DoorDash and this shit, what?
Ain't no shit.
Man, go drop off your order, bro, for real.
Go get some money.
Man, get money. Nigga, I don't need no money, nigga. I got it fire me, nigga. The fuck, nigga? Got fire, nigga, and what? Man, what you trying to do, though? Man, you heard this nigga, bro? Man, ain't nobody giving no fuck by no shit like that, nigga. Having fire for real, nigga. Man, what you trying to do, bro? Hey, man, this nigga gonna make the blogs fuck around and die, this bitch, bro.
All right, nigga, you gonna die, nigga.
Oh, bro, this motherfucking 2KBABY in this.
You're trolling the fucking guy. You're clowning him. You're messing with him. You're making him uncomfortable. You're following around his job. You follow him out the store. Even following somebody, like some people consider that a threat. Like, you follow me to my car. Now, I'm not trying to say that they made any threatening moves or anything like that, but then it got all the way to the point of this, I got that fire on me, like you die out. Like, they end up threatening each other, you know. And shout out to him for trying to walk away. He's trying to do his job. He gets to his car. He probably still stayed a little bit too long. Like, if he was going to walk away, just walk away, get in your car and pull off. You don't need to go back and forth, but you never know. Maybe his gun was in the car. Maybe at that point he felt comfortable. I don't want to put that on nobody. I'm just saying, I just wish he would have continued to do what he was already doing, which was being in the right. Pull off on these fucking guys, these characters. But sounds like a bunch of young men trolling and playing around. Ironically, though, this is how people die just that fast. Trolling, following you, exposing you, putting the camera in your fucking face. Then all of a sudden that turns into somebody feeling that the other person's being rude. Threats come out, guns get pulled. This could have easily been a shooting headline opposed to a rapper gets exposed for doing DoorDash headline easily. But anyway, before we get to my thumbnail, let's see his response. Let's see what he's talking about. 2KBABY himself.
Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and address this shit. I know a lot of y'all probably seen the video going around. You know, two niggas walking up on the nigga.
There goes that noise in the background. So if you hear it, y'all, my apologies. But I told y'all in the intro, man, we working here at the crib, so please pardon.
American Deli. And yeah, that was me DoorDashing game. Shit, I'm gonna keep it a bean like 100. Like, nigga gonna do what he gotta do. You feel me? Motherfuckers ain't really streaming the music right now how I would like them to be. I mean, I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna go get it by any means. You know, I do a lot of other shit outside of DoorDashing too. Like I hustle, you know, I go get it. I ain't got no shame. I ain't got no pride problem. I don't think I'm too good for this or none of that. You hear me? Cause I got personal partners, personal friends, family members. A lot of y'all do too. That's DoorDashing or doing whatever the fuck it is they gotta do to make ends meet or take care of their business. You know what I'm saying? And do what they gotta do. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, nigga, DoorDashing and doing this right now for some bread, doing this right now and doing this. But when I take this bread and I'm fucking investing into this and then flip it into this, you heard me? And then nigga, come on now, don't do that. But, well, hey, other thing is, I ain't snitching, nigga. Yeah, I was DoorDashing. I ain't snitching though. I ain't ratting on no nigga. And I'm just speaking on me. I ain't speaking on nobody else. But 100. Even beyond that, there's a lot of other things niggas be doing to, you know what I mean, get some money or whatever, get to the next level that, you know, shit just ain't right. I ain't doing that shit. You know what I mean? I learned that all money ain't good money. I learned this about how you make your money. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, whether we talking about $100 or $100 million, it's about how a nigga got there. It's about how a nigga obtained that shit. That shit matters to me. It might not matter to you, but it matters to me. All right, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and
there goes his response. How do y'all feel about what he said there? You know, I like his mentions of not having too much pride. I like when he says statements like not every dollar's a good dollar. He's going to get to it. Very commendable, very respectful. But I want to pull up as well. How much do DoorDash people make? So let's pull up the actual job itself. All right. Many dashes report $15 to $25 per hour as gross earnings. Now, everybody knows the difference between gross and net, right? If you don't, gross is the amount of money that comes in before expenses. Net is what you could actually walk around or walk away with as far as after expenses being paid. So if I run an event right now and the event costs me $100,000 and I sell pay-per-view, merchandise, tickets, YouTube, all this type of stuff, and I make back a total of 110. 110 is the gross, but because I was 100 in, my net ends up being 10,000. Okay, so $10 to $25 gross before expenses like gas, maintenance, etc. For part-time work, say 10 to 15 hours, possibly $100 to $400 per week. For full time, some drivers report a gross of about $700 to $1,200 per week. All right. I did the actual breakdowns as well. If you actually were doing it like full time, it says most DoorDash drivers, aka Dashers, report a gross pay of $15 to $25 per hour before course. Let's assume you're working full time, which is 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year. If you're making $15 an hour, weekly gross, once again, difference between net 600, your yearly gross is about 30,000. Let's go to the higher end, which is $25 an hour. Weekly gross for $25 an hour is going to come to about 1,000 per week, and yearly gross before expenses about 50,000. So you got your gas, you got your maintenance, you got whatever expenses there are for DoorDash. Let's take that 50. Let's also put some taxes on that. And let's also take out whatever your expenses are. Let's be nice and just say $40,000. I think it's less than that, but let's just say $40,000 net if you're making $25 an hour, which is the higher side of DoorDash. Here's what I need to say about $40,000 an hour. $40,000 an hour in today's economy is not good for many people. Not all people. For many, many people, especially if you're coming from a place where you were living good or you were eating high up on the hog, or if you had a promising career, or if you had hit singles. I got to assume that there's an ego hit, because I played that first video and I highlighted when they were saying from making millions for a reason, even though I don't think that he did. But just think about it, even the perspective. He's got these chains on, even in that video right there while he's eating a sandwich that replicate like diamond medallion chains and everything. I don't think that they're real, but that overall perspective of him, the same reason why them people ran down on him in the store, to now possibly making on the higher end, being nice, $40,000 a year, right? But here's the biggest catch. The biggest catch is I don't know a single person that can't live on $40,000 $40,000 a year. If I had to, I swear to God, I would. I swear to God, I could. I'll be joking saying that if I didn't find my routes to working my ass off and meeting my little goals and having my little achievements in life, I promise you, my 300 square foot apartment will look just like fucking Simmy's from Coming to America. It could be on the worst street in the the worst block, the worst apartment building in the world. But when you open that door, you're gonna see the jacuzzi tub in the middle of the floor, neon lights, flat screens everywhere. I might have 300 square feet. You might be able to see my whole house just from walking in the front door. But you still gonna see like 5 flat screen TVs. Like I swear to God, it's gonna be the dopest apartment ever. My $40,000, I'm gonna make it work. And I'm gonna eat healthy too. I'm gonna eat health. I'm gonna eat cheap and healthy. I'm gonna really. There's people in this world that don't have a dollar to their name. A dollar to their name. $40,000. I swear to God, I'd make it look good. I swear to God. So not only that, the commendable thing about the man not even having the ego, at least from what he expresses there, and putting himself in a position to not be behind bars. Because the next step for so many people is, I used to be a rapper. I used to have 62 million views on World Star for my hit song and all that. The last thing I need to let these fans see me do is Doordash, right? I feel like at least 80% of these young rappers, people that aspire to be rappers or play sports, those people don't want to do DoorDash. They don't end up doing a cart in the mall. They don't even want to be seen by their fan bases. I know battle rappers today that are in very, very, very tight spots. And I've seen some even over the years, and I feel like they don't want to have 9-to-5 jobs. Now, maybe they feel like they're not good at anything other than what they were born to do, which is maybe their artistic ability, maybe, right? But you got to assume there's always going to be those people that have the ego. Like, here I am, me, I'm pretty much internet famous, but you see me working at Foot Locker. It's not an easy thing to get over for a lot of fucking people. And believe it or not, some people would rather die first. That's a harsh reality. Some people would rather die first. Like when you talk about ego and pride, it goes to deep levels like that. So I also pulled up how old 2KBABY is. It says that he's 25 years old. So to have that type of confidence and ego-ridden nature about yourself at the age 25, where a lot of us young men are extremely impressionable. At the age 25, we do everything for your friends, for some of your loved ones, for women, for your perception. In your 20s, what? I'd commit suicide in my 20s if all the girls around didn't think I was the shit. I'm being sarcastic, but I'm making the point. Like, at that age, that's how you are. That's how you think. That's how you feel. And you're 25 and you actually got to the point where you had hundreds of millions of views and you allow yourself to just walk around confidently and doing DoorDash. That's why I'm smiling in the fucking thumbnail. This is honestly one of the most honorable things I've seen in 2025. This guy too, I'm a fan of him just from this. If he puts out any music, I'm gonna check it out. If I could play it on a stream without the streams getting messed up, I will play them. I would promote him. I would want to see people get influenced by shit like this at these young ages to realize that I don't need to go hit the block. I don't need to sell drugs. I don't need to go robbing banks. I don't need to put my life, my freedom, or my loved ones or my kids in jeopardy. I can make $40,000 a year and pull up in my Hyundai and pick up the red DoorDash bag. I can do that. And you want to know what? He looked better in that video than everybody else that was trolling him. I'm just saying. He looked like, at least from his attire and his little get up, he looked better than everybody else in the video. Them's 10s, but I make them look good. You know what I'm saying? Like my nigga, if I had to be there, white t-shirt, some New Balance, iron my jeans, take a shower, put on some fresh drawers, get my deodorant going, splash a little cologne here, buy me a pair of clippers, make sure I'm groomed or whatever. I'm coming out looking fresh and clean, and I ain't got no issues. All right? You know what I'm saying? And the man, if that's his own crib, he's taking care of himself. $40,000 will keep anybody out of jail if they choose to live by the law. And if they choose not to put themselves in harm's way. The O-Red is a battle rapper, right? And that's not no exposed thing. It was part of his whole rollout when he battled Jag. They would talk, Jag was clowning him for that in a face-off. I would really bet money that O-Red over year makes more money than Jag. Because Jag is the presentation, the look. When me and him are doing our funny face-off, that's a fake Louis Vuitton shirt. Right, I'm joking with him and grabbing and playing around about his chains. I'm like, "Ooh, how many carats is that?" And he's not answering. He don't got the answer. It's all fake jewelry. It's all fake designer clothes that he got on. Meanwhile, O-Red, he's getting bigger checks in battle rap. He's got his side hustles. He's got whatever else going on that's private to him. I bet you he was making more money than Jag. And when he was confronted about him doing Uber Eats or whatever, what did he say on his blogs and on his face-offs? He said, Uber Eats is that deal. I make X amount of dollars on the side. Matter of fact, he has some bars too. Was it versus Oops? He has some bars talking about when shit gets hot out there, these little side jobs keep them niggas off of me. Keep them people off of me. There's so many pros and positives, not just saving your own life and your freedom, but there's so much to gain from being able to say, you know what? I'm not able to make a platinum selling record. I don't got some big multi-million dollar record deal. But this Doordash situation where I'm making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year, I'm cool. Got my little car, got my little apartment. You know what I'm saying? I might got more than 50% of the country. And I don't want to keep rambling on this. I'm just saying, I watched that fucking video and I had a moment of pride for this young black man, this 25-year-old young man, confidently saying, I'm taking care of myself and not every dollar is a good dollar. I'm doing Doordash. Claps in the chat. Shout out to 2KBABY, man. Warms my fucking heart to see it. That's why I'm smiling like that in the fucking thumbnail. Warms my fucking heart. Love it. Love it. Keep going. Don't get off that trail. My only issue with you is all the tattoos on your face. All right. Because you're obviously willing to work a legal, honest job. I hate all those tattoos on your face. Shout out to 2KBABY. All right. Oh, next up, we got to go back to the sports world again. And thank you for the claps in the chat for 2KBABY on this one. That was very, very dope to see. But Jake Paul, man, speaking of exposed, he writes now, this is all follow-up to the fallout of him and Gervonta Davis's fight. Now, when we reported on this the other day, I pulled up speculation of licensing or sanctioning related to the difference of weight class that was allegedly an issue. But this whole thing of his lawsuit of this girl over the alleged domestic dispute, you know, it's easy to assume that that's a problem as well. It could be. But this is what Jake Paul says from his verified Twitter. He says, Gervonta Davis is an actual walking human piece of garbage. Walking with him is an absolute nightmare. The unprofessionalism, the bizarre requests, the showing up hours late to shoots, the numerous arrests and related accusations and lawsuits. If you support this man, you support the most vile sin a man can commit. Now, let me pause there for a second because we don't be knowing these fucking celebrities off camera. If you ever had the opportunity to sit in a chair like me, where you get to work with a bunch of people and see them off camera, see them outside of their celebrity. I'll use battle rap, for example. Some of the biggest battle rappers in the world are literal pieces of shit. When I mean like lying, stealing, druggy, scheming, snitching, woman abusing, child abusing, all type, everything, fake, Everything, all the worst accusations you could put on somebody as a man, I've literally seen it, and I probably have proof for at least 30 of them motherfuckers of it. I've seen it. I know it for sure. You know, and it's no different in the pop world, the hip hop world, the movie industry. Um, R. Kelly was my favorite artist of all time. When that shit came out, it's just like, you did what? But this is the world. Like, we be putting these capes on people and thinking that they Superman and Superwoman for real. They're capable of being pieces of shit. And Gervonta Davis, because you are such a good fighter and such an entertaining boxer, he has been given passes. I'll still say allegedly. But that video that I brought up the other day, we all saw it courtside. And I'm just like, yo, listen, I don't want to be over scrutinizing, because most of us, or a lot of us in the chat, done heard of a situation or know about a situation of a domestic dispute, and maybe you tried to be consoling towards it. Maybe you got a homie, a cousin. Hell, I done walked out and watched my pops putting hands on my mother. I still loved him like a father for years after that. You know, like, a lot of us know of situations where it's like, all right, man, you come sleep on my couch tonight. Get out the crib. Like, it happens. It happens. But I do think it's a different type of nigga when you just consistently keep hearing about it, number one. And number two, the person is willing to do it in public, right? I feel like a person that's willing to do it in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people or cameras, that's a whole nother level of reckless nature. It's not saying that, oh, you hit a woman better than the guy that does it in private. That's not what I'm saying. But that basketball court footage, just like, if he's willing to act like that, then what does he see in the mirror? He sees a man in the mirror that can do no wrong, that's maybe above the law, that's maybe above human wrongdoing, so to speak. Like, you holier than thou? Who the fuck do you think you are? And if I draw, this is all allegedly, I'll still say, right? But if I draw parallels in that type of personality, those are the type of people to be unprofessional. Those are the type of people to show up late and and act out of character and be a pain in the ass to work with just because they stars or because they the leaders in their fields. They are those type of people. They are. And I ain't fucking giving Gervonta Davis no, like, oh no, I'm sure he's good because he's knocking niggas the fuck out. He might be a little piece of shit in real life. He might be. He might be, allegedly. But anyway, I didn't want to give this woman abuser a platform to grow his fans and to grow his bank account. My company champions women. I'm so sorry to everyone involved, mostly to the undercard fighters, to my team at MVP, and to my team who worked so hard prepping for this fight, sacrificing time with loved ones and kids just for this fool to lose his unintelligent mind again. It's scary that devilish men like this can rise to the top of the culture and sports, including positions of power. That's what I pretty much just said. I hope you people moving forward look beyond his fake streetwear pieces, swag, and search for something deeper to be a fan of. As for me, it's on to the next one. As always, anyone, anytime, any place. I respect it. I really do respect it. I don't know it's true yet, but Jake Paul, just make sure you stand on that. Okay, just make sure you stand on that. Don't do any multi $100 million fights simply for the bag. Make sure that the background checks or whoever you're fighting, don't have that type of shit in their closet needed. You got to stand on this. Now that the fight is they're saying that it's canceled. Don't be like this now. I hope that you're this type of man, period, for talking like this. But anyway, I don't want to make this about Paul. I want to stay on Gervonta Davis. And if it all is true, on top of all the prior allegations that we always saw and the footage that we already saw, then you don't deserve to be in this position, because you take yourself out of all your blessings and all your success and all the opportunity and all the people around you being your yes men and holding you up and helping you get to this position that billions of people would love to be in, only to do what? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's one thing to have it the first time and be like, all right, I need help. I fucked up. Second chance, please. A fifth chance, fifth, sixth, and allegedly, I'm just saying, fifth, sixth chance and all that type of shit. Somebody like me just starts to lose sympathy for you. I'm just saying. So if you fucked up your $200 million plus bag, that's on you. No sympathy. Anyway, as far as a replacement though, I did see this. Speaking of Jake Paul, you wasn't going to get off the hook here. You kind of catching a big shot right here. Don't disrespect me like that. So they went to Francis allegedly for a replacement, and he was just like, fight who?
Nikisa reached out the other day and tell me how they need a replacement for Javonte. And after I listened, I wasn't getting it. Then I say, okay, what can I do for you? What exactly? He said, yeah, we're looking for a replacement, but I still haven't get it. I was like, okay, then what exactly can I do for you? Like, we would think about you to fight Jake. I'm like, what? So we think about you to fight Jake to replace Javonte. I'm like, which Jake? He say, yeah, Jake Paul. You know, he's fighting. And I'm like, no, bro, come on. Don't disrespect me like that. He sent out some number. I'm like, it's not about the number. If it was about the number, we could have started up. I would have tell you, I'm not just interested. It make no sense for me. It's not my what I'm looking at right now. Nikisa reached out the other day and
Interesting. Well, he's definitely a very. I think he's done professional boxing, but I know him more on the MMA side of things. Who do we want to see this replacement? Is it supposed to be November 14th? That's 10 days away. I mean, I'm gonna pay for it. Let me not lie from an entertainment standpoint. But when we saw Garcia the other day, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, Tank, of course, from height and weight class was crazy to begin with, but Garcia to me is no different from a. It's like such a skinny guy compared to Jake Paul. I don't know, man, but as long as it's not rigged, allegedly, like you and Tyson was, okay. I need my fight entertainment just like the next man. I'm gonna pay for it, man. Like whatever, just get somebody good, all right. Get somebody entertaining. Let's do it, all right. You'll get the money from me. Fuck it. Quick intermission. Let me answer our member Don Bean. So, and shout out to Jay. She's been keeping me in the loop. Sending me screenshots as well of people asking questions, people in comments, people, I guess, on your Twitter as well, Jay, hitting you up about the lives in the mornings. Yes. So we spent pretty much all year being live Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. on the dot. And I appreciate so many of y'all for rocking with us 6 a.m. on the dot. We created a whole morning crew and a morning movement. People was like, yo, this podcast is my cup of coffee. I'm listening to you on my way to work. I'm on the highway every morning listening to the podcast. And I'm super appreciative of that. That was dope. And almost everybody in the chat at 6 a.m., I feel like I know. I knew like every fucking name. You know what I'm saying? But there has been some schedule changes on my side. Things that I need to adapt to as far as how these days go 7 days a week. And me remaining here consistently 7 days a week, it was only a matter of time before things on my side get disrupted from me being there 6 o'clock in the morning every day, or Monday through Friday at least. So I'm still 1000% committed to us being here 7 days a week. I feel like it don't get any better than that. I'll be looking at some of these podcasters and I don't even be seeing them with schedules. They just go live, but their following still constitute that. So shout out to them. No hate. But what we're doing right now is we are removing the time, but it's going to be afternoons as well as early evenings. Okay. I feel like if I come out and I say a time, I'm going to get myself right back in the same boat that we was in. People's going to start having that time locked in as we can, continue to build back that consistency. If I say 5 p.m., people will be there 5 p.m. And the moment that it really needs to be 6 p.m., I'm tripping. It looks bad on me, right? And it looks bad for consistency as far as time-wise. So we are moving the morning podcast to the afternoons. Okay. So please, everybody, do me a favor, continue to support, but cut your notifications on, because some days it could be 3 p.m., some days 4 p.m., some days 5 p.m. I told you today I got stuff going on in the crib, so I had to start it at 6:40 to avoid all the noise of all the sanding that's happening in my house right now. But yeah, from afternoons all the way through like early evenings, Monday through Friday, Saturdays and Sundays, there still will be morning streams. But don't be surprised if you get afternoon streams Saturdays and Sundays too. But I will guarantee the goal is always to do 7 days a week, as long as I don't got something critical that happens or I need to be away. You know what I'm saying? Last time I was away, I was out the country. And that was like 3-4 days we missed. I came right back and I said, everybody, I got an excuse. I wasn't even here. You know what I'm saying? So, 7 days a week, we still here. Just cut your notifications on. I appreciate everybody's support. But yes, the mornings right now is until further notice. All right. But I love y'all. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's get back on track. Going back to that Whack 100 stream the other day, and I did make a mistake that I want to correct. I was talking in that stream as if that was T Grizzly talking, but it was actually this gentleman here, Dogface. My bad for screwing up the voice. And I know Ack was talking about getting T Grizzly on in response to Whack 100 and the snitching allegations. And when he did the follow-up, that title made me think that that's T Grizzly, you know? So that was my mistake, y'all. But I think all the context was still doesn't change from anything I said on the stream, regardless whether it was Dogface or it was T Grizzly talking. But following back up on Dogface, who's now on Whack 100's heels, they say Whack 100 might have finally met his match, huh?
Whack 100 is the ultimate example of a nigga who come from a gang bang background, who come from the mean streets of LA, but he pick and choose and use what I call selective gangsterism, right? So Whack 100 has a relationship with 6ix9ine. He wasn't so turned off by 6ix9ine that he didn't just call him a rat and leave him alone. If he saw an opportunity to make some money with 6ix9ine, he was gonna work with him no matter what. But at the same time, Whack 100 would call BG a rat. He'll call Boston Richie a rat. He'll call this nigga rat, that nigga rat, right? The latest thing with him and the whole Young Thug, that's a perfect example. Whack 100, at first, when they put the question to him, he said, yeah, he was doing a little bit too much talking in interrogation, but I fucked with him, so I ain't gonna label him no rat. Right. As soon as Pee Wee Roscoe went ballistic on him, then he changed up. And as soon as he blamed it on Pee Wee Roscoe why he changed his disposition. It wasn't Pee Wee Roscoe. What happened was, as soon as those leaked tapes came out, where Thug was talking to Baby and 21 Savage about QCP being a rat, and we know that Whack 100 is a lapdog for QCP. He a lapdog for Baby in that whole Cash Money clique, right? So once those leaked tapes came out of the phone calls where they acknowledging that QCP was a snitch, that's when Whack 100 changed his whole tone and changed his whole disposition. Because how dare you say something about QCP when I'm trying to eat QCP dick for lunch? So that's when he decided to attack Thug. But it wasn't just simply because Thug was just wrong all the way around the board. Like he tried to hedge his bets. Yeah, he wrong. That was wrong. But I'm not gonna speak against him because I'm cool with him. Wait a minute, nigga. If a rat is a rat is a rat is a rat, what difference do it make if you cool with him or not? If a nigga break the law, violate principle, it is what it is. It's as simple as that. But that's an ultimate example of what we call selective gangsterism, just like Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie was on that white boy show with the beard. When he asked him about QCP, you ain't never seen Lil Boosie more confused. That nigga with the stuttering, that nigga then pissed on himself on that goddamn chair there. Whack 100 is the ultimate example.
That's why I don't want to be in that lane, man. I swear to God. Selective gangsterism, selective politicking. If you've heard me talk about some of these days, you see me at times express things of I use the word bias. I admit to it up front because when it happens from me naturally, I just don't want to be a hypocrite, right? And I feel like we all do it at times, man. If some stranger ends up in the headlines for doing some shit, I'll use a real example. I'll still say allegedly though, just in case. Ask Nicki Minaj how she feels about some random or Jay-Z. If Jay-Z ends up in the headlines for doing something with some kids or some minors or something like that, she would go ballistic. But what was her brother brought up on. And doesn't her husband has some shit too? But her brother, and she was showing up to court and supporting, right? What I'll still say allegedly, right? So it's a bias. It's a bias. I use the most extreme example of unconditional love. My two kids, I'm gonna stand next to them no matter what. I would be just like Jeffrey Dahmer's father. You see how Jeffrey Dahmer was in fucking court and his father was still there supporting him? Now, I don't ever want to go through seeing that my kids didn't had a fucking acid tub and it's not a laughing matter in their living room. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using an extreme example to say I ain't going nowhere when it comes to my two. No matter what they do, I'm there. I got their back. That's just my attachment to them, you know? But these are forms of bias. When it comes to Whack 100, though, Whack 100 shoots himself in the foot because of how much he applies himself going at people. You know, like imagine if I was always going at people for standing behind their kids or disowning their kids or whatever, and then you see me do opposite, then you could attack me for that bias that I just told you. So he wants to play 1090 Jake, him and his exposer team. And if you want to do this whole thing about snitching, even at times where you double back and say it's just content, even though you're playing around with real shit that people pass away for, you know what I'm saying? But you want to be the exposers, and that's a big piece of your public notoriety these days and a lot of your content and how you're making some of your money too, then I'm just saying you kind of got to uphold some of these codes, no? Especially being a pyro. But he doesn't. He does the selective politic and shit. Like, remember that podcast he had with Gillian Wallow? You know, when they asked him about 6ix9ine, like, what are you doing hanging around with 6ix9ine? The streets can't tell me nothing about my business. I separate the two. Money can't separate me from my morals. If it does, then you just that type of person, and you got to spot them and got them, identify those types of people. And people's on your ass behind, once again, this situation over T Grizzly, man. Like, what's up with you, Whack? But I'm gonna keep talking about Whack. He's entertaining. I'm cool on him as a person. I don't want to do any collaborations with him. I don't want to meet him. I don't want to hang out with him. I don't want to befriend him. I just want to cover his entertaining nonsense. Okay. That's as honest as I can keep it. He's honest, right? That's all I want. I don't want nothing else. All right. This one here, I'm gonna bring up. I'm not gonna play it, but I'm not gonna play it here on stream, I should say. I might play it when I get off stream. I just saw this before the stream started, so I obviously didn't have the time to go through it or skim it. 1090 Jake, his channel, End of Sentence, 1.2 million subscribers. Once again, congratulations and shout out to him. He uploaded the entire Kodak Black interrogation footage. Hour and 40 minutes, pretty much. I said the other day when we went over his situation and the paperwork that was going around the internet as far as Kodak, I said there's reasons to defend him, right? But that there's also reasons to be gray. And one thing that I called out, I said, oh, this little 30-second chopped and screwed and edited interrogation footage that's going around, you can't look at that as damning, and you can't look at that as his savior, because you miss context when people do that type of editing. Here goes the full video out now. And what I did do before the stream, I skimmed the chapters. Now, this is where it gets interesting until I watch it myself. Starts off the investigation. Next chapter. Kodak admits he hit the boy who stole his jewelry. Okay. Next chapter. Sheriff asks Kodak for Kodak's DNA. Okay. Next chapter. Kodak wondering why they need his DNA and why he's the victim. Okay. Kodak names the kids who broke in his house. They're trying to blame T Grizzly for that, but T Grizzly is saying that's not true, right? But is Kodak in this audio or in this interrogation footage doing this? I don't know. I gotta watch it, but that's the name of the chapter from 1090 Jake. Next chapter. Kodak asks if he's going to jail. Okay. Next chapter. Kodak signs for DNA. Next chapter. Kodak tells sheriffs he's signed to Atlantic Records. Next chapter, they take Kodak's DNA. Next chapter, Kodak tells another sheriff he's signed to Atlantic Records. Next chapter, Kodak can't stop talking. Why did 1090 Jake name it this? Kodak can't stop talking. Sheriff says he can't do anything for him. That's an interesting chapter title, 1090 Jake. I can't wait to watch it. Next chapter. Detective enters the room. Next chapter. Kodak signs his Miranda rights. Finally. Shit. All right. After we're 39, we're 40 minutes in. Now we're talking about Miranda related shit. All right. Next chapter. Kodak agrees to give a statement. Okay. Next chapter. Detective asks about the burglary. Next chapter. Kodak asks a kid who did it threatened to punch him. Okay. Next, Kodak tells the detective Marvin Lewis, Sullivan, and Juan. Okay. Kodak tells the detective he recorded them for police if he didn't get his jewelry. Recorded them for police? Kodak says Marvin Lewis and Sullivan were fans. So are they being implicated here, these three people? Kodak talks about him hitting Juan. Tacos fell out of his pocket. What? Kodak says his friend put Juan in the car after he hit him. All right. Kodak names Pitho as the friend who put the victim in the car. Kodak names the Instagrams of who stole his jewelry to authorities. Well, the authorities I just added, but okay. We got robbery here too. Juan took Kodak and Marvin, and the two argued over who did what. Detective gives Kodak a life lesson. 1090 Jake is not stupid. These chapter titles are a little bit leading. Now, it could be falsely leading, or it could be like, hey, when you watch this, I know a lot of people also, shout out to Jay, I'm coming that way in 1 second. A lot of people could also say, come on, man, what are we doing here? This 10 years ago, Kodak Black was probably like 18, 19, 20 years old. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of young people do a lot of stupid stuff when they're young. But then I've heard also certain arguments saying, what? That shit don't matter. I jumped off the porch at 12 and you taught from this age if you really grew up a certain way. That's what they do to Bosco 100. Bosco 100 had that video. Was it a video or some situation where I believe his mother asked him to tell on a situation and he listened to his mother, and they tried to call him a snitch for that. And he was a kid, right? He was a kid, but some people would say no, that you're a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 17-year-old ain't an excuse if you in that type of lifestyle or that type of environment. We know how to move at that age. So it just all depends where you grew up, who you ask, what rules you follow. But I'm not going to act like I know this shit because I didn't watch it yet. But those titles there, those chapters, and then everybody could do what they must after that. I'll watch it. I'll bring my opinions and my takes back to the stream for y'all. But I wonder if y'all are either going to be like, uh-oh, he did something, or nah, this is just him talking too much. Because remember, people, that is a new category. Talking too much is a new category. It's not snitching. It's just talking too much. That's a new one. That's this new era. We got to have like 5 different categories that we need to be aware of these days, people. It's not just you snitched or you didn't. It's you dry snitched, you snitched, you talk too much, nobody got arrested. That's one. Like so I don't know what to do these days, but I'm still gonna give y'all my opinions. Let me watch it first and then we'll come back. Here's one. I missed this one, people, but let's check it out together if nobody else saw it yet. It's Rampage Jackson. He actually crosses paths with the main wrestler that jumped into the ring and tackled Raja, his son, off of the guy that he was pummeling. That's not good energy. I probably, if I'm Rampage or the other guy, I never want to see either one of you, the son or Rampage. They actually cross paths. Check it out.
I'm gonna put my hand out and shake his hand. What did I do? Hey, I was just coming to shake his hand and say to clear the air. That's all. Yeah, I'm not trying to do nothing. All I wanted to do was clear the negativity. There was too much bullshit in the air. All I came to do was just shake his hand to make sure. Yeah, that's all. No, it's okay. Okay, that's fine. Hey, that's fine. Hey, best wishes. Hey, I get it. I got you.
Should I go up to him?
But he knows you too from the podcast.
I don't care. I'll still walk up to him. I'll just be like, bro, Doug's super chill. Like, he just wanted to shake your hand.
But what if he just pops off on you?
I'm popping off back. Hey, nice to meet you, brother. Hey, I just wanted to say, Doug's my homie. He's a chill guy.
Who?
Doug,
Oh, yeah.
the guy that got in the incident with your son. He just wanted to shake hands.
Bro, I saw a lot of the press. They like for the clout case, bro.
No, it's not even about that. Like,
I mean, trust me, bro. I respect my son.
No, it is. We do respect it for sure.
I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna put my hand out to shake his hand.
And we get it. We'll do anything for your son, of course.
Hey.
No hate on you, bro, at all.
Bro.
I'm just saying.
I'm not stupid, bro. Leave me the fuck alone, bro.
Stupid about what?
I'm doing something else, man. Leave me the fuck alone.
Why is it stupid, though? I'm literally just trying to say. I mean, it's a public event. It's a public event. I can do whatever I want. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying it's all about respect. Like, I have no hate towards you or your son, and neither does Doug. So that's all I wanted to say. And
I got like a couple feelings about this video, man. The guy is speaking like I come in peace, which I want to show some respect for. You know, he's saying things that is supposed to be respectful. I got love for you, respect to you, your son, and yada yada yada. He just wanted to shake your hand, etc., etc. But then there are a couple things that's tossed in there that can lead to bigger situations when he just says, like, this is a public event. I do what I say. What, you know, like these little things right there, like. And another area where he's in the wrong is they already crossed paths, and Rampage, whether he put up his middle finger to somebody else and that it was edited like that, or whether it was to the actual wrestler, in any event, he says, no, that little Asian guy that looked like he walked up to them and shook their hand for Rampage or whatever, and kind of like was the middle person. I think he's comes off like a handler or somebody, like an associate to Rampage, you know, so he went and fronted it or whatever. And you got the response, like Rampage is like, I'm good. So if that's his position, I'm cool. He didn't confront you. He didn't walk up on you. I'm good. I don't want to shake no hands. I don't want to meet the guy. I don't want to speak to him. And then he goes about his business and sits down, and then you continue to follow him and address him more about it. You're in the wrong, man. You just don't need the press. Now, I think he had good intentions, but if it goes left, you still become the person to blame because you're the one that continued to press the issue, even if you had good intentions. Now, on Rampage's side, I really can see it both ways. I really can. Because on one side, I would like to say, that's my son. Whether he was right or wrong, you had a physical confrontation with my son. It's not easy for me to shake your fucking hand here or politic with you or anything. You know, like there could be triggers for me to pop on you, even if my son is in the wrong. Like you had a physical confrontation with my son that is supposed to make us at odds, bare minimum. You know, so how about you stay over there and I stay over here, right? But on the other side of it, Rampage, I didn't even got at Rampage in some of my takes saying, I didn't really respect the fact that he was doing public interviews saying Raja needs to go serve some time. You know, let him fight his case and let the chips fall however they fall. But him doing public interviews saying, I haven't spoken to my son, almost like he disowned him temporarily. If that's what's going on in your family, respect, man. I don't know. I'm not living through this with him. So I don't know the impact on his family that makes him say, I'm stepping away from my son for a second to even preserve the rest of my siblings. I mean, the rest of my children, right? Or his siblings, right? So I don't want to overjudge there. But you're doing interviews saying that you haven't really been talking to him or fucking with him, and that you also believe as his father, he should go do some time. So if a father is going to be publicly saying my son should go do some jail time behind his actions, then I'm actually kind of surprised that you don't want to shake the hand of the person that saved the person on the floor from possibly even being killed by your son, which would have made the situation for you, your son, and your entire family even worse. So what side do y'all want to look at it from? I'll let y'all walk away with that one. I'll leave it there. In shorter news, shorter news. Diddy. What is this report here? I saw this going around today. Diddy's federal appeal just got approved. Here's when he could be back in court. Federal appeal was approved, it says. Diddy has received court approval to move forward with his expedited appeal in his federal conviction. Legal documents reveal that the judge granted the fast-tracking request on Monday, accepting the defense's argument that a quicker schedule is essential due to the short length of Diddy's 50-month prison sentence. Makes sense. Okay, like don't take 30 months to move into my appeal motion when I'm really only sentenced to 50 months. Like, now, if I'm sentenced to life and you take 30 months, that's different. So that makes sense. All right. The agreed upon timeline is already in motion. Diddy must submit his opening brief by December 23rd. The federal government's response is due by February 20th. Okay, so this can get into first quarter there. Followed by Diddy's reply, reply brief on March 13th. This is definitely going to move into the first quarter. If everything stays on track, oral arguments, it's going to move into starting to get close to spring and almost mid-year. Arguments could begin as soon as April 2026. Begin in April 2026? He going to serve half his fucking time before this shit. I'm just saying. Diddy was convicted on July of 2 counts of tied to prostitution. We know that, yada, yada, yada. It was also recently spotted. We know that, yada, yada. Diddy's team is hoping to have him out of prison sooner rather than later. All right. I'll tell y'all this. I don't want to belabor this one. Reason being is because we did see the appeal process begin, right? But I didn't see it on his docket. I went there before the stream cut on, which was a little odd to me. Definitely odd to me. I don't think that post-conviction you end up with a new docket number and stuff like that, because there's post-conviction or post-sentencing activity on his docket. Yeah. So it should be the same docket we've been following for all of his updates. Yeah, I didn't see anything there. I don't know why. We'll keep an eye on this one. I ain't gonna do too much. All right. Up next, Blueface home. I see him hitting headlines. All right. Welcome home to him. Shout out to him. I want to talk about this Krishan Rock thing, right? Well, before I go to that, this headline here, Blueface says his biggest regret was the night he got arrested. I didn't have to shoot that man. Calls himself reformed after okay. Let me let him say it for himself.
Somebody said, what did you miss the most about being free?
Most about being free? Obviously my kids and stuff, but personally,
hope so.
Just being at home, honestly, sitting there, I was just saying I could do this at home. I ain't gotta be here to do this. I could just have my ass in the house.
Facts.
I don't have to go to that club that night. Put my hands on that man.
Yeah.
Shoot him. I didn't have to shoot that man. Been at home. I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to shoot you, bro. If you're seeing this, forgive me, man. This is a true apology. I took a couple classes in there too.
For real?
Yep, Civilization University. I went to school for that.
That's cool.
Couple classes.
That's good growth, man. It's great to hear.
I hope so, man. I didn't like the laugh and I didn't like the early sarcasm when he started to say it. Seemed a little weird. I ain't gonna do too much, but when you start to look at some of these comments, I see people reacting to this. Like, look at this one. All good. I forgive you, bro. I don't know who that is, if that's the actual person, but this one here says this is a good realization for Mr. Blueface. This one, clapping emoji for accountability. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to take. You know what? I ain't gonna say what I just said. What I was about to say. I hope this is, genuine for him. Shout out to him. But the Krishan thing, it annoyed me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It annoyed me a little bit. All right, look at this one. This one comes out. It was posted 8 hours ago. Krishan Rock couldn't stop kissing Blueface after getting released from prison. All right.
Just came back from Venus. Just came back from Mars. I've been on my shit, I feel like him. I've been on the road, I can't wait for you. Bitcoin on the floor last night, I think I lost an M.
For y'all, reunited. If you guys are the loves of each other's lives, good for y'all. Way before the drama and all that, we used to see a lot of them making headlines because of the nature of their toxic ass relationship. And it's just like, man, you guys are just here for all the bullshit, you know, and you guys will be with each other forever. She's got the man's fucking face tattooed on the side of her face. Like, what do you want at this point, right? They had TV shows that they were doing together. So shout out to them. But this is like, how long ago? This was on TMZ. Look at the article post date, October 30th. This is last week. Krishan Rock got me a new 20-year-old bootang. Don't be weird about it. All right, let me see the video.
What's up, Krishan? How you doing? Leave me alone, bro. What else you working on? Just the music right now?
Yeah, and then I got this. I don't know. I've been trying to keep this relationship that I do have private.
Oh, you in a relationship right now?
Yeah.
With who? Are you able to say with who?
Yeah, his name 3.
His name, what is it, 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, his name, I don't want to say his name, but
well, no, that's fine. But he go by 3.
Yeah.
How long y'all been together?
Huh?
How long y'all been together?
We made it official probably like the day I met him. I ain't going to you.
How long has that been?
I gotta look at my camera.
Okay.
I just asked, like, this whole thing about holding it down for your significant other while they're going through their hard times. Now, I can't judge, man. I'm pretty sure there's women in jail and they got husbands outside doing their thing. There's men in jail and there's women outside doing their thing, whatever. And it is the reality of the world. You know, you're away from your loved ones, and people are human. People have wants, they have needs, and they do what they do, right? But for her to have all these public situations, and then the moment he gets out, just be in his face and him also accepting that, you know, I kind of feel, this is for the guys. This ain't really for the ladies, right? Don't you feel, guys, don't you feel a little bit like one of those, like, you don't feel like that a little bit? Like, you guys, you never been in a situation where you told your homie, like, yo, nah, not her. Like, everybody done, we know, like, you know what I'm saying? You ever been in those situations, fellas? Like, don't you kind of feel that way for Blueface a little bit? Like, yo, like, you sure, nigga? Like, no? Is it just me? Because if it's just me, I'll shut the fuck up and mind my business on this one. He don't give a fuck about nothing. He fresh out. Facts AR. I'll mind my business on this particular one. You know what I'm saying? But it just feels a little like, like, yo, Blue, like, you know, like, it's on TMZ and all this type of shit. Like, man, she be trolling. He know that. He know that I think. And I also think he don't give a fuck. Okay, if he don't, then he don't. Then that's their business too. He don't care about that ARP. All right, I'm gonna listen to y'all. What's Jay putting here? She says, nah, you're either 10 toes or not. You hot and bothered. You better get your rose or something. Laugh my ass. Yeah, I'm on Jay's side with that one. Like, you know, say either right, either or you aren't. And even if you did do stuff out in the world while I was away, you know, like, if we got this celebrity couple thing going on and we doing shows together and all that, don't be in the public with it. Don't be doing music videos and pictures and public outings and in front of the paparazzi and on purpose and still put the window down and do the whole interview with TMZ and laugh and joke and ha kiki last week about your 20-year-old boyfriend last week, like literally, as far as when it's posted last week. So I don't know. I'm gonna mind my business on that one. Fuck it. All right, we got one more people. Shout out to DNA, man. That text message came through. I said, what's this? Now, this is a first listen for me. All I know about this track is the thumbnail. This is DNA's most recent response to Jay Mills, I believe, and the title is called Dirty Kitchen, Jay Mills Dish. Yes. I don't know the beat. I don't know shit. I'm gonna walk with y'all on this one. Let's see if he really struck back the right way. Let's see. Oh, he burned that jersey? That's effort. Yeah, that's putting in effort. Okay. Putting in effort.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Jarvis, a virtual artificial intelligence. Systems
Avengers?
now fully operational.
J Mill's name.
Peter Luger, say less. What am I thinking? 1,000 placements on TV shows. Now let that sink in. Down the drain. Wait for water boy you love. Now I'm a kingpin. You tell the time better when I land with the sky dweller in your face. Who you gonna go die when I dissect you? The mechanics too mechanical. Watch how I apply pressure. Got the aura of the junkyard. Y'all could go tow them now. Spin a block how you and your car both broken down. You sure you wanna do this, man?
Hold on. That's the only thing I had getting that DNA for his first two tracks. And it wasn't even a knock because his shits went. I just said, yo, Jay Mills is beating you with the beats. His production is better. Did that beat just drop in and did he hop on that track? Like, hold on, that shit dropped kind of crazy.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Jarvis, a virtual artificial intelligence. Systems are now fully operational.
Peter Luger, say less. What am I thinking? 1,000 placements on TV shows. Now let that sink in. Down the drain. Wait for water boy you love. Now I'm a kingpin. Can tell the time better when I land with the sky dweller in your face. Who you gonna go die when I dissect you? The mechanics too mechanical. Watch how I apply pressure. Got the aura of the junkyard. Y'all could go tow them now. Spin a block how you and your car both broken down. You sure you wanna do this, man? I don't. All right, nigga.
I like the beat.
Fuck it, I get him dropping on a Jackie Rob. It's really no more to do. Up the back, but can't dodge your past that 42. Damn, he moved to LA, so what? Without your team, was the first nigga swinging, but now you just out your league. See, I gave you the assignment, the cheat sheet for 3 weeks to find it. Update your resume, I designed it. You still coming back with this one syllable rhyming. Whether it's hot or not, when I'm dictating the climate. You're miserable, you're pitiful. Chris Brown ritual at 11:11. Make a wish for more residuals. It's biblical. God said, know about his profits. I know what's in his bank account. Know what's in his wallet. Back in battle rap, he was taking 2K deposits. Ask Beasley ARP if you think it's nonsense. No, this ain't good for him. A real battle with you when I
leave me out of this shit. Yo, Eric! Why you send this shit to my phone, nigga? Oh, nah. You gonna have Mills. We have Mills on this fucking podcast trying to diss me. Oh, shit. Oh, man. No comment. What the fuck is going on here?
Know why you mad? It's cause I'm everything you could have been. I'm really just annoyed with. I wound up and toyed with Mills for my enjoyment. I'm really disappointed. The difference is Mook with the angles, Lux with the lyrics. Up on Linux, what you started, them other niggas finished. Now I get it, why you live it. All of your work's diminished. Did a battle for free and then Smack started a business. Overdue, you emotional. Get downplayed in minutes. Doing well, URL. They ain't even link you in it. I'ma serve you. Believe that. Ron Browns with the weak rap. The only time you bring your drums out is with a beat pack. Griselda reject, you wasn't even good to sign. Oren Bum, Westside Water Gun, and I shook his pride. My way, he on the 4th rope, and I took my time. They gon' feel some kind way about you in them butchered lines.
Oh, good scheme.
Keep dreaming. Talk about my tooth, but all them plaques need a deep cleaning. I got the crown, you can see that I'm winning. Tell Mickey I'm speaking facts, we don't need your opinion. Hey Jarvis, you still ain't impressed me. So this shit
I'm catching all the bars, nigga. More?
It's not right, you can't get your mind right. Early 2000s when your peak was in the limelight. In hindsight, you buy likes. Never did the source give you 5 mics. SS Diamonds, they never shine bright. I rhyme like everything I've been through in my life. Emotional, sensitive nigga, can't get his pride right.
Oh, that sample. I'm sorry, people, but you guys know how deep I am when it comes to this hip hop shit ever since the fucking Sandbox. That type of shit just moves. What? Yo, your beat drop. Your beat change is a little sinister. It's a little sinister.
It's not right, you can't get your mind right. Early 2000s, when your peak was in the limelight. In hindsight, you buy likes. Never did the source give you 5 mics. SS dollars, they never shine bright. I rhyme like everything I've been through in my life. Emotional, sensitive nigga, can't get his pride right. Maxing out your credit cards every time you swipe twice, bitch. You just acting like you rich. Makai Fife. See, I'm really paying in full. I define style. My taste different. I wouldn't shop with rhyme.
I mean, he's had more complex ones than that one, but I don't know why that stuck out to me, acting like you rich. The Rich Porter shit. But yo, the first beat was, is this the best release so far in the whole back and forth, people?
You can see that I'm winning. Tell Mickey I'm speaking fast.
Is it?
You don't need your opinion. Hey, Jarvis, you still ain't impressed me. So this shit is over with. It's not right, you can't get your mind right. Early 2000s, when your peak was in the limelight. In hindsight, you buy likes. Never did the source give you 5 mics. SS dollars, they never shine bright. I rhyme like everything I've been through in my life. Emotional, sensitive nigga, can't get his pride right. Maxing out your credit cards every time you swipe twice, bitch. You just acting like you rich. Makai Fife. See, I'm really paying in full. I define style. My taste different. I wouldn't shop with Ron Browse. Champagne sipping, this stage different. This my crowd. In the Sprinter with bottles. Let's hit the Apollos. How much for? Tree stumps, they need luck. So who's who? Don't let the blogs and cute lighting confuse you. Know you insecure. This ain't what you used to. Update your resume. You did this for proof.
He better not switch the beat again. Oh no, it's over. Great video. Who did this? It says Square Deal Media. Shout out to Square Deal Media. The video is sick. Y'all started out burning jerseys and shit. Yeah, look like y'all got some AI type shit going on in there. The camera work is looking sick. The 2 beats is sinister, and DNA's rapping his ass off. Okay, let's be fair here, because the chat is telling me that J Mills got another one out already. This feels like when I was on the Drake stream. Who remembers that classic moment? We did Family Matters, and then y'all all tweeted me, yo, no, Kendrick just dropped. And I'm like, no. I cut the stream right back on and said, all right, let's pull it up. He got a new one already. 5 hours. J Mills, never been outside. Oh, he got a new one, people. Yeah, a new one. Okay, hold on. Oh, let me say this before I even get into this. This is all off the cuff because y'all told me J Mills got a new one out. I did not know. That DNA shit that just played off of my first listen, it might be my favorite joint so far. I gotta go back and replay. Was it J Mills' first one or his? I don't know. It might be. It's close because J Mills got one that I might have. Damn. It's close. That might, but DNA shit that it might be my favorite one so far. I don't know. I'm gonna play it 2 more times. Not today, but before I make that final judgment. But let's see what's going on here. You took the hoodie off, the update your resume shit. He's got a suit on here. All right.
You are now listening to the sounds of
Never. It's J Mills. Check me out though. I'm petty for no reason. I guess it's just in my. She said he rap okay, but he ain't got my. And if you pussy, do some research on you. I never heard nobody say put on that. I tried to look up his resume in the streets, but I tried to find some niggas that he knew some work with, but let's take him to church. Lord, please, I try to tell him they ain't stepping how I'm stepping. I'm a lesson, I'm a weapon, I'm a teacher. Mama stretch him, mama shoot him. You gon' catch them bullets in your cerebellum. Fuck that corny shit you selling. Fuck that corny shit you reppin'. Nah, I had you up and quick, but it won't be for a blessing. You from Queens, only right I make you run like the Reverend. I'm from home, only right I get dead before I dead him. Thank the Lord for all the questions and the constant disrespecting. How the fuck we talking accolades with
Yo, the choir in the background still. He never been outside. Yo, y'all are doing incredible right now with the production. I ain't gonna lie. All right, let's keep going.
Hey, why y'all send that boy my way when y'all know damn well? Psychiatrist in the 4th grade, boy, I been bad. Brain evaluations, doctor taking notes, pen and pad. My success got you mad. Tried it, now you getting dragged. I'm the post, you the crabs. I'm the party, you the trash. You said ask about me, I asked. They said, word. Let me ask my blunt on this nigga real quick, man. Yo, you good, but I'm great, nigga. Oh, you doing good? Well, that's great, nigga. You like 20 years late, nigga. This ain't no race, nigga. Ain't no finish line. I'm home base, nigga. I'm first place, nigga. You just a plate, nigga. Talking.
And I'm glad that he switched off of the way it started, because he would have did the whole track with that DNA mixed in between his bars. It would have drug out a little bit too much probably for me. He's going.
My shit just in my leather gloves, or so I don't leave no. Boy, you my son, still somehow ain't got my.
Using it like a chorus.
I do not approve that. Why they let that boy cross the street by himself when they know? That's crazy. And never did leave in this house for a battle event.
He's stupid.
Okay, switching on the Glock, shoot you out your Crocs. Most hated cookout traffic backed up for 20 blocks. I'm a legend in my section. You a peasant. I will watch you die from starvation. Get up out my chair and go get second. Why they playing with him? That nigga Mills bought some shells with him. It's like the ghost of Big L with him. Eric Young way up on that scale with him. It's that hell in a cell feeling, but I ain't wrestling no. Jake, I'm surgical with this bitch. You ain't never blow. Another 24-hour fitness baller calling out a professional. I think it's best you know. I ain't no gardener, but from the dirt, I will turn your ass into a vegetable. That glow you had evaporated. Out all the subjects, math my favorite, and you getting killed because you calculated. And the day that you can fuck with me is the day 1 + 1 = 3. I put in too much work to let a geek nigga play with me. Fuck DNA, I've been.
If I had to be critical, that's the only bar you got to take out, Mills. The day you can fuck with me is the day that 1 + 1 = 3. Shut up. Nah, I had to find something to get at you guys about.
Him since I went to A&D. Back in art and design, I was running through the hallways, battling between every period. This was always extra cartridge. Sketch the artist, Eric. We need more passion. One hand over the other. I call it cross hatching. My queen's killers told me. Ass Lux, ass Rex, ass Mook. They'll tell you. Facts. I ain't done with you, boy. And the corniest nigga ever award winner is. You ain't nothing special, nigga. You just a whole full bitch. And yo, I never heard nobody say put on that. And never will. It's J Mills. Game over.
No, it ain't no game over. No. For multiple reasons. Number one, you guys are doing too good of a job. All right? Ain't no. We're all here now. Okay? The whole battle rap culture is paying attention, and this can continue to grow even that much more legs. I wouldn't be surprised if this starts moving into bigger platforms. Like, yo, Screw, are you reacting to these songs, Screw? Screw, what's up? Knox, what's up? No Life Shaq, what's up? I know Jay Black is doing his thing. I know he is. But we need our reactors to really, all of them, to hit these. So no, ain't no game over. First of all, it's not game over because DNA is well within the fight. Some people would argue that you're winning. Some people will argue that DNA is winning. So it ain't game over there. And I'm telling y'all, this is dope. Don't let this fuck around and become one of the best battles of the year. You know what I'm saying? But I think you guys need to continue to work in that direction. It's very entertaining. It's clean. It's hip hop. Yo, J Mills and DNA. This is dope. This is goods. What are we doing here? Couples drops back. What did I say? I said, how do we figure out how to get goods into the battle, but then it don't look corny like they're jumping J Mills? How do we figure this out? because Goods is dope on beat. How do we get Goods in on this fucking battle here? Don't get me wrong. It's totally fine with just DNA and J Mills, but it's just the history of it, of Goods being a part of this shit and starting all of this, like, and him being good on beat and a great rapper. Like, why is he? Y'all gotta figure out how he can. But Jay Mills, if Goods comes in this shit, I'm telling you, people are gonna be like, oh, you had to go tag your man in. And then Jay Mills gets to navigate that. Do I want to tag somebody else in on my side, or do I want to just look at them like, aha, you needed to 2v1? I don't know. I keep seeing this Goods equals J. Cole. That would be a great thing if he is. Yo, Jay Mills dope. Somehow that track, the that DNA just had, the what was the name of it that we just played? Dirty Kitchen or whatever. If I had to choose between the two of them, I'm going with DNA Shot. It just hits at a level that I like better. It's the beat, the drive of it, maybe because it was more aggressive. But this track, I feel like some of y'all in the chat, like if I just threw this on random, like I probably would be. You sing to this in the shower and shit. There is a little bop to this shit. You know what I'm saying? You never been outside. So it's good to see the switch up and showing versatility. Dope, J Mills. So how many tracks is it at this point? Is it 3 to 4? Who bombed first? I'm glad that I'm losing count. That's a good thing. And you guys obviously have the production, the editor, and the shooters easily accessible to y'all. I know some of the shit y'all are doing yourselves too. So yeah, you guys are well within y'all means every 48 hours or so to respond to each other. And they're not stupid. They know at this point, like, it's not just trying to win an argument. They're not stupid. They realize how much people are being entertained by this shit. So feed the streets, people. Feed the fucking streets. We'll let you know when it's going too far. We'll let you know when we're tired of it. We'll let you know when it's like, really another. We'll tell you. You'll see it in the comments. You'll see it in reactions. You know, but right now, no, it's up. It's up, man. So, dope shit, man. Dope shit. All right. He never been outside, but DNA shit. DNA's over there burning jerseys though, B. Don Bean once again. So we answered that. If you guys missed my response to this somewhere like within the first 30 to 40 minutes of the stream, I spoke about this, the change from the morning streams, people. So please catch that if you want that full update. Jay says Tank had a lot of stuff going on before this last incident, and Paul was still trying to fight him. Now he calls him trap. Yeah, I know. And that's the thing. Like, he probably let some of that sweep under the rug, but now that it happens in the midst of your promo run, it's like, oh. So yeah. But like I said, Jake got to stand on that type of shit that he tweeted now going forward about all his opponents. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. But Tank, I don't want to make it about Jake Paul because he's not the one with these accusations on him right now. He doesn't seem to be the reason, at least from reports, of why this fight is getting canceled. Let's keep the vision on Tank. Still allegedly, though, of course. Don Bean says, is there a new live time? Yeah, we spoke about that one earlier as well. We are moving to afternoons all the way through early evenings. 6 a.m. right now is in the past. It's not super definite that we'll never do those anymore, but keep your notifications on, people. The afternoons is what it is right now during the week, but we are still 7 days a week. So what more do you want from me? Type shit. Nikita says, been missing the lives. I miss y'all, man. Go green team. Shout out to the green team and all the members once again. Miss you as well, love. Good to see you. Shout out to Nikita in the building. I seen a couple chats earlier. People just like, shit, these afternoons is better for me. I don't know what y'all was doing at that 6 a.m. shit, but so we'll see. We'll see. Petty and Jennifer were the same age, 16. What topic was that? Love? My bad. Patty and Jennifer were the same age. Damn, I fucked that up. We weren't talking about 2KBABY at that time. My bad, y'all. Fucked that up. Nikita says, share, like, subscribe, hype the videos, big green energy. Thank you, love. Yes, please, y'all. Remember, support the podcast, support the channel, support the content. All right. This one, Big Super from Jay says, I like that you always talk about having integrity and morals. Hashtag rare breed. A lot of people switch up at the right price. You are solid. You mean a lot to the culture. Sorry, it's true. Flowers. Thank you, Jay. I really appreciate that. And I'm also human enough and real enough to always, you could probably, if somebody made a collage video of me saying I'm not perfect, you probably would have 100 pieces edited into that video. I'm not perfect. I backslide. I sometimes might get caught maybe not practicing something that I preach. I might make a mistake. I might show an over bias, you know. I'll never act holier than thou. That's just not my character. I want to have the ability to be wrong because I'm fucking human and I identify that. But I do show a ton of consistency. I do. And it's not easy for people to go back over my history, whether it's my online history or even people that knew me from the sandbox, to find shit that is counter from this where I can be purchased. You know, it's very hard to find, you know. So I do appreciate when people see that. And I feel like when I put that energy out there, it can influence us to try to not put ourselves in these shitty positions because $1 on the table. The best position to have yourself in is where you are self-contained enough, or you are you've built enough stability in yourself where even when you're faced with the worst of the worst situations, you can still stand on your integrity. What I mean by that, for example, let's say you grow up as a person that $1 can't move you. You stand on what you stand on. But imagine your daughter needs to eat tonight, you know? And then here comes somebody saying, yo, would you date a minor? Would you change your sexuality? Would you snitch? All these things that people claim they would never do. But would you do it to feed your daughter? Then people take a step back and be like, fuck. What's a more common example of that? I know I'm using kids to be extreme. A more common example of that is every time these motherfuckers is in the detective box and they realize, like, all right, you're about to be in here for the rest of your life. Like, what? Nigga, what you need to know? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'll also say nobody wants to be in that situation where you have to stand on what you believe in your heart. Because some people actually believe, like, yo, I'm sturdy. But then you get there and it's just like, oh, I actually been through it and it hurts now. Like, no, I do want to talk. You know? So how do you avoid even finding that out about yourself? Don't even fucking try to break the law, or try to stay away from these authorities. Try to do everything in your power to stay straight. Do a Doordash if you have to. There goes a tie-in. You know what I'm saying? That's the best. It's the best we could do. Jay also says Mills and DNA dropped a few minutes ago. What we doing, Chant? Yeah, so we do that now. I'm gonna look at the comments of this video later on and see who y'all got as a winner for the people that watch all the way to the end of the videos. At this point, I'm curious. Jay also says now you're either 10 to. This was when we talked about Krishan Rock and Blue earlier. Yeah, it's just a little call out. Yo, did you know or no? Do you care? No, no. If you don't, fuck it. It's your relationship, your business, not mine. You clipping the Harlem Shake, was it? If you was from New York, it's not just New York, but if you was from New York, you Harlem Shaked. Okay, I don't give a fuck. None of y'all motherfuckers was able to avoid the Harlem Shake. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? You know how many times I might got videos of me Harlem shaking, joking around, dancing on camera and shit. I mean, one of the biggest dances ever. It is what it is. Unpopular opinions here. Member in mod says Goods equals J. Cole. Yo, Goods, man. Hop up on one of these beats, man. Hop up on one of these beats. All right. All right. What are we at? Hour 30 minutes. Fun stream today. I appreciate y'all. Tomorrow afternoon or early evening, we will be back. Happy Tuesday night and all that. No games on tonight, nothing like that. No, it's Tuesday. All right, yeah, I'm about to go get me something to eat. I'm about to have a late dinner. I ain't eat yet. People in the crib working and everything, and then I was waiting for them to quiet down so I could do the stream. I ain't even eat yet. So I'm about to find myself something to eat, put my feet up, and we'll be back tomorrow, y'all. We out.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry Street Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without, I think still got a gun.